Hey, what is happening? Nobody. Welcome for joining us today, Saturday, for episode 31 of the Lifting Ugly podcast. This podcast is super hot. So hot. So hot. It might as well be sitting where I am right now. Because I am sweating like nobody's business and not doing a damn thing.
And why is that?
Because I am in dad mode and don't want to turn the air conditioning on in the gym.
Oh, dude. Good luck with that.
It's expensive to run. It's expensive to run an air conditioner all day in this place.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm taking as long as I can and refusing to turn it on. So it's a lot of fun.
That's about as dad as it gets right there.
Yep. Lots of open doors and fans have been blowing the last couple weeks.
How's the weather out there right now?
It's a little windy today, but like almost 90 degrees.
Oh shit!
But then
it's already picking up.
Well, yeah, but last weekend it was down. It went from like 90 to 60 in one day when they had the snowstorm. Right. Then they had a snowstorm over in Denver, and then I think like tomorrow. So let's see. The high. Here's our weather report for Grand Junction. A high of 84 today with wind. Okay. Down to 72 and rainy tomorrow.
That sounds.
And then 66 on Monday.
Huh.
And it was 93 yesterday.
That sounds about right. There have been multiple occasions, especially when I was in school, like not knowing how to prepare for the day. Mm-hmm. I mean, during wintertime, you never know what you're going to get. So there was a couple times I'd walk into class and it'd be like, I don't know, like 50 and like sun shining. It was a beautiful day. I walk out of class, no umbrella, not prepared for it. And there's just miniature ice marbles flying from the sky. And I have to walk a mile and a half to get to my car, just being pelted for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't miss that. I'm not gonna lie.
One of the weirdest weather places to live.
Oh, hands down.
And then you can drive like 15 minutes down the road in the weather and it's completely different.
Yeah, like Keenan was telling me there's a couple times in Gunnison where it'll start like snowstorming in the middle of June.
Yeah. Well, I mean that's at least a higher elevation. You can kind of somewhat explain that one away, but yeah, here, I mean, it was weird enough. It was 90 degrees in May, and then back down into 60, and then now it's going to be down into the 60s. I guess it'll still be May. It won't quite be June 1st.
Yeah.
But still close.
Yeah.
But then it'll probably be 100 degrees in a week.
Yeah.
So that's the reason I'm not turning on the air conditioner, because I'm like, suffer for like high 70s in the gym for a few days.
Yeah.
And then we can kick the doors open, and then we can drop it down and get the gym into the 60s for a few days in the morning, and then So
wait till it's blistering to turn on the AC.
Yeah, just super dad mode.
Super dad mode. I believe that.
Yeah, I was like, they're like, hey, and it's so hot in here. I was like, do you know how expensive it is to cool down this entire place? We don't have efficient windows or doors, and I'm not paying to cool down the whole neighborhood here.
Is the wax paper still on the windows?
Most of it is, yes.
I mean, that'll help.
It does a little bit.
Sure.
There's a lot of spots that are curling, and I get people. They're like, "Why is that still up there?" I'm like, "Because those windows suck."
Yeah, you just got to West Side barbell it and take the black spray paint and just hit all the windows.
I know. I should, especially if we end up leaving this place. I should just be like, "Oh, sorry, I don't want these windows."
Yeah. And just leave it with just a stained purple black hue.
Yep, and be like, "Have fun with that, guys."
It just looks like a weird Euro nightclub.
Yeah, thanks for raising our rent. There's all sorts of I think there's some people think there's lots of weird shit that goes on in here because we have the windows covered. And to be fair, there is some weird stuff that does go on in here, but that's not why. That's not
no. At least it's weird is like it's not illegal.
No, Some of the
It's
things,
just weird.
some of the things we may talk about might be illegal, but those actions don't get performed
No.
in the vicinity of the gym.
Yeah, I think the most illegal thing we've done was staying open during COVID, but that technically wasn't illegal.
No, they just didn't know how to write a mandate at that time.
No, not at all. But we got a bunch of new members from it, so that's exciting.
Yep. And some of them even stuck around.
I know. Yeah.
And like our friend, the manic Hispanic Ruben himself, who loves his nickname now.
Mm-hmm. Hey, my Vatos es locos, bro.
You have a lot of those characters around you now.
Oh yeah, no, it's Southern California. I mean, yeah, most of my coworkers, or I don't know, I mean, it explains why the food is so good.
It is the best.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you don't. I mean, obviously, you can get good Mexican food in Mexico. I mean, that's duh. But as far as the U.S. goes, Southern Texas and Southern California, you're not going to be able to beat.
No.
The Mexican food. It seems like
where we're at is like an hour away from the border.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, like maybe half a day's running distance,
or 2 days of a nice slow walk
through the river.
Yeah.
So it's a mini triathlon. Basically, it's a mini triathlon away from the border. A little swim, a little run, and possibly a bike ride somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow, that's one of the worst things. One of the things I hated the most when I moved to Colorado from there was at that time we didn't really have Mexican food here. There wasn't real Mexican food here. There was some.
Yeah.
There was two white guys that opened a Mexican food restaurant that had a Spanish name to it, but none of the food tasted anything close to what you'd find, from actual said Mexicans.
Yeah, well, now it's like any of the Asian food you try and have at Grand Junction.
For the most part, yeah, it's like, it's
all the same shit.
Yeah. No, they just order it from Shamrock Foods. We want.
Oh my god, yeah.
10 pounds of orange chicken and sesame chicken, and it's all none of them actually make any of it.
No.
And that's why it's just called Asian food. It's not Chinese, it's not Japanese. It's just Asian because they're like, we don't know what.
It's like, you figure it out. Yeah.
We serve sesame chicken and sushi. It's like, those are two different countries where that comes from.
Yeah. Oh well.
That's why I'm stuck on that Hawaiian place.
Oh, dude, just keep eating any kai. It won't steer you wrong. Ever.
That place is stupid good.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah. I mean, you got two legit Hawaiians in the kitchen too.
Yeah, there's even like a Hawaiian kid that works at the front.
A bunch of my buddies worked there for a bit, so they always hooked it up. I usually got the when my buddy Spike was working in the kitchen. He's since moved back home, but he would get you. Did you ever get the katsu sandwich yet? The chicken katsu sandwich?
I haven't gotten the sandwich there.
Okay, get the sandwich next time you go, because the way he made it, this was on like the King's. Aren't my favorite, but whatever. It was 4 King's Hawaiian rolls cut in half, and they would just stack the katsu on top of it, load their mac salad on top of it, and then just dump the katsu sauce on it, and just stack that top half of the King's Hawaiian bread. That was it. That was the move. You should give it a shot next time.
Sounds pretty good. I'm tempted to also get the Spam rice. The Spam rice, egg, and gravy. The
Loco Moco with Spam.
Yeah, the Loco Moco. Yeah.
Just careful with what lift you're doing after, because the bloat will get you.
Well, apparently I need it so I can fill out my belt properly.
Yeah, I would say don't do it for deads, but that's a good like pre-squat. or bench.
Oof, yeah. Just super inflated after.
Yeah, just make sure you're not doing any reps over 3. You might have some gravy flying out of your face.
Extra gravy. Can I get some extra gravy with that? That part sounds terrible. The rest of it sounds really good.
Going down is great.
Yeah. It's not a meal. It's not a meal you want a second time around.
No.
Hey, well, we have a request for OnlyFans. All right, do we
Should
know
we throw that comment section back up? Or?
Yeah, let's do that. Okay, there we go. Let's bring this over. There we go. Oh, it's not going to bring that one on. Now we need to know who Heavy Breathers is. Besides us, obviously.
I'm trying to look at like the avatar picture. I don't know. I can't tell who this. Reveal yourself.
Reveal you. Who are you?
Who are you?
Oh, so anyway, how was your week of training?
It was good. Like week 4 was fantastic. The new gym, because the place we were at was just softer than baby shit, and 99% of the members were just, it was weird, it was clicky, it was annoying as fuck. They had weird rules about the music. Basically, the only good thing about that gym was their equipment, and that was it. The equipment was soft as hell, and it's just super irritating. So we found a new spot called STS Performance, and it's like probably 20 minutes away from my house, but it's an affiliate of Kabuki. So all of the bars, all of the plates are Kabuki's like equipment, and then the combo racks are Elite FTS, and they got dumbbells up to 130. And the owner is super tight. The people that it was actually his deload, and the dude's 50. He's 54, and for his deload, he hit a top set of 525 for a double. And the dude's a house. Like, the guy's no joke. But all the coaches, from what I've seen, are Kabuki affiliated too, so they're all super smart. They have all kinds of tempering tools, massaging stuff, so they got all kinds of good shit. The members are super dope. Me and Anthony aren't the only like bearded guys there. We found our people, which is really nice.
Yes.
But
bearded grease balls
is exactly what I but training itself went fantastic. Bench was moved a lot. I thought it was a top set of 445 for 4, and the pace didn't change at all. Things were moving really well. Squats were just as fine. I think I hit a top set of it was like a triple at 520 on the camber bar, and deads were probably my favorite this week. So we got to use I don't know if you saw my post, but we got to use it's called a VIT roof, and it's basically a velocity timer, and it tracks how fast the bar moves off the floor or off your chest or when you're squatting. So it uses an equation, gives you a number, and based on that number, it gives you your relative max for that day, like just tracking wise. So after my pulls were done with how fast the 635 moved, especially that first rep, it was saying for, I guess, on track for November, there's not a good chance, but with how fast that bar moved, I'm looking at like a 755 pull in November, which is dope.
That's hefty.
Just from this week, so there's a good chance that we can get a little bit higher than that, maybe closer to 800.
So speaking of heavy deadlifts, did you see Wasey Coleman's?
Dude, that 904.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so bummed he fell backwards. Like, I wanted to go ahead out so bad. I was so bummed. Like, I mean, that was talking about my biggest quarrel with sumo is the balance. The fact that doesn't let me supinate my hand when I go to the bar, but it happens to the best of us.
Yeah, he's the one guy. He's one of the few people that I won't give him shit for pulling sumo, just because. I mean, if you're going to be cranking, hook grip, and you're pulling over 900 pounds. I mean, that's impressive, regardless. So that was.
And then what do you squat 8 at the meet too?
No, he's in his pull was over 8, and his squat I think is the 7 something.
Oh, either way, dude. Goddamn.
Yeah, it's still
dude's a house.
He's still impressive, and for being basically he's my size.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, so I'm just like, well, there's obviously something he's doing right that I'm not doing.
Just has a shoulder that works.
Well, that would be part of it, I'm sure. And he's probably younger than I am, which is also can be beneficial in some instances. And so, so Keenan's feeling left out, so we got to jump. So Keenan wanted to know when you're coming to Colorado because he feels lonely without you.
Probably not around August, if I'm being honest.
Well, it's about time. It's about time you should be.
Yeah, I know, right? So I'm thinking August. Work's picking up, so I can't really take my weekends off right now. And I actually have a job interview for my stepdad's company out here as a project manager. So that's going to be my weekdays, and then I'll be working the bars on the weekends. So I'm about to be busy.
Look at you,
and then all my clients during the day. I know. Well, the cool thing about this whatchamacall for my stepdad is that's going to be like a career. So that's super exciting.
That is exciting. So it is, but your mom and him don't live there, do they? Don't they live back?
No, but yeah, everyone's back home. But his company out here, they have a contract with the Navy and the Marine Corps. So basically, my job would be to make sure obviously the project gets started, things are moving, and then making sure the project gets finished. And these would be like big installations for desks, tables, chairs, filing cabinets, gun racks, like basically all the shit that the military needs to be organized inside their warehouses and whatnot. So we supply all of their I don't want to say furniture, but like basically like big office furniture or
fixtures.
Yeah, so I'd be helping oversee installation and then
make sure
like projects actually get done.
You're like a military interior decorator.
Yeah. Instead of wearing a suit, I have this sweet camo sash that I wear everywhere.
So do you need? Are they going to require you to get a background check for that? I'm just curious. Like if you're going to be working on bases and stuff.
Well, no, I'd be working remotely.
Oh, okay.
So I'd be doing all my shit off my laptop because I'll go in when I need to and meet the people that I need to meet. But for the most part, it's going to be all remote.
So how do you make sure it all gets done from your laptop?
I would be talking to one of the other guys, David, that would basically be in the warehouse doing the in-person shit. So I'd be communicating with him and a couple other guys, and then making sure the projects get finished.
Fancy. Look at you
guys. Oh yeah, I'm about to make big boy money. I'm excited.
Big boy money. And then maybe you can afford better internet at that point.
Dude, I don't know what the deal is. Like the router looks super fancy in the living room, but I might just like start doing it in the living room because this is horseshit. I'm so tired of looking at a laggy Craig.
I know nobody likes looking at a laggy Craig.
No,
but it just happens sometimes. It's just the way it goes.
Oh yeah.
So I'm trying to think what I even did. I was sick at the beginning of the week.
Ooh, what happened? Are you okay? Is it just the man flu, or were you sick?
I have no idea what it was. I don't know if it was it's funny because what was it? For the last 2 years, nobody had any other sickness. No one had allergies. No one had the flu. No one had a cold. Everyone just had COVID.
Yeah.
Now this year, nobody has a cold, nobody has a flu, nobody has COVID. Everyone just has allergies.
Yeah.
So if you talk to anyone who's got a stuffy nose or is congested, and you're like, oh my gosh, are you sick? They're like, no, I just have allergies. Everyone has fucking allergies. So I am assuming it was just allergies.
I mean, I didn't know people still got tested for COVID now. Like I was listening the other day, and they were talking about someone that had it, and I was like, people are still testing for that shit. Like,
right? Oh, this is still a thing, huh?
Yeah.
But like, the worst part, like, I don't care the stuffiness and the nose. I mean, it's irritating enough. Sneezing absolutely drives me crazy. I hate
especially
sneezing.
when a rib starts to like shift on you a little bit too.
Oh, it's not even. I got floored Tuesday morning. When I was training one of the girls, I sneezed, and my traps all the way up behind my ears just locked up on me. So like I had this nerve pain that shot down, and then just everything seized up.
Oh, what the fuck!
I finished everything out. I went home. Luckily Amber's in school, and she tried to loosen some of the muscle out, the fascia release. So she got some of it loose, but then like an hour later, I sneezed again, and holy shit, seized that up, and then like and then it shot through my groin, like what the nerve pain. Yeah. And like then it wasn't going away, so like I had to lay in bed. I had an ice pack basically over both of my. I don't know, I had 2 ice packs over my junk, covering my groin. One behind my neck. I was dying from sneezing. It was killing me.
You injured your taint from sneezing.
Not my taint, my groin.
Okay, whatever.
But to be honest, I have sneezed before and gotten a taint cramp before. From sneezing.
My god,
that like has happened.
I sneezed and I pulled my groin. That's the oldest. That's the oldest shit I've ever heard you say.
It is pretty much old man shit. And so I finally worked out Wednesday. I did like a light squat on Wednesday, and man, I took the pre-workout in the morning. Sinuses all cleared up, and I'm like, fuck, I should have just been drinking pre-workout since Monday.
Yep,
everything would have been perfect. And so
stay pre-workout with a splash of whiskey just to keep it warm.
Yeah, that's right. Just to keep me honest. So yeah, I just light squat day, bench. I did some 5x5 work at 315 until I couldn't push anymore. And my deadlifts, I think I only went up to 405 on my deadlifts, just enough that I could grip my fingers around it without it rolling out.
Yeah,
because I didn't trust wrapping my entire hand around that bar.
So because you're a boo-boo kitty. That's right.
Because it's where is that? It's a lot better.
Yeah,
but it's still a tidbit raw.
I mean, it is a hole in your hand. Like you have a pothole in your palm.
It needs its own little orange cone to keep people away from it for a time. But it's better. Like I cut all the dead skin off of it. It's got a layer back on it. Like things are looking up.
We'll get you a Hello Kitty Band-Aid.
That would actually be beneficial. I think that would be very nice. But then I came in today, and Jack and Jordan are doing they're strong men doing strongman things today.
The twins,
the twinsies of themselves. Yeah. So Jack's got his Rainier this next weekend. Yeah. So they're running his full competition today.
Oh wow, cool.
So when I got here, they were warming up to practice the yoke run and farmer carry medley. So they run. So you run the yoke for 40 feet, drop it, run back, grab the farmer carry, run it for 40 feet, pick up the yoke, run it for 40 feet as many times as you can in a minute and a half.
Oh,
sounds shitty.
In a minute and a half?
A minute and a half of doing that as much as you can.
Oh, I hate that.
So they're like, hey, you want to try? And I'm like, fuck it. Why not? Right.
Like, oh.
I don't need to warm up or anything. It was like, to be fair, it was only like half of what his contest weight would have been. It was going to be. So I wasn't even near what he's going to be doing. Mm-hmm. So I was able to pick up the little farmer handles. It didn't bother the hole in my hand.
Yeah.
And I ran those down and took a little jog back. Picked up the yoke, shuffled my way to the end, and dropped it. And that was a lot more cardio than I thought I was going to do this week.
Yeah.
And what probably took me 30 seconds.
I was still winded.
It was like the truck pull. The truck pull only really took me about 30 seconds, but
yeah,
my lungs were burning afterwards.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like that's a lot of resistance to fight against a truck.
Yeah. Trucks. So it's a nice little unexpected run this morning or afternoon or
that's fun.
Whatever you want to call it.
What's Keenan been up to, huh? Keenan, what's your training looking like?
Keenan probably just wanted to jump on here so that he could say that he wanted the attention, and then he probably left.
He does that.
We went from 1 to 3, so you never know. Maybe he jumped back on real quick because somebody told him we were talking about him.
The best is when we'd be watching a movie and he would like, I'm going to go play games. And then me and Bo would just have to finish the movie ourselves.
So Keenan's Tony the Tigering it right now.
Oh,
His training is great, he said.
It's great.
I'm going to turn these back on. The one guy's not just throwing letters up on there anymore, which is weird.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
I don't know. Not sure. I don't know what these letters mean. I don't really care to find out. So
no.
I didn't turn that off for a little while.
He just spelled gains separately.
What do you spell?
Gains.
Oh, is that what that is?
Good day, pals. What are your levels? What?
I saw that and I'm like, do I want to know what levels he's talking about?
What the fuck does that mean? Yeah. My estrogen's really high.
I know I've been very emotional lately, so I'm assuming that my levels are off. How's that?
Time to get blood work done.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of, let's talk about this.
Oh.
So I don't know if you remember if you were ever. No, I think you were probably here when you did your early mornings. Do you remember Alexi? She's like high intensity training, just one thing after another. She's a nurse.
I think so.
She work out a lot in the mornings. Really good shape. Anyway.
Older?
She's like in her mid 40s, I think. So older for you, but not for me.
Is she married?
Yeah, husband's tall, bald, does ACD.
Oh, the jiu-jitsu guy. Yeah.
So she's a PRN, and she's going to be opening a hormone clinic for men.
No way.
And so she's just going to specialize, and it's not going to be, so it's all prescription-based stuff and blood work, but they're prescribing it to where somebody feels better, not to where they're within what the quote-unquote normal standards are.
Oh, good.
She said, good. So if somebody doesn't feel good until their levels are at 1,500, then they're going to prescribe them enough to where their levels are at 1,500.
Oh, that's good.
And then it's like a subscription base. You pay like $100 a month. You get your visits, you get your check-ins, you get your prescription, and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, so anyone that's in Western Colorado, it's for like the first actual hormone clinic that will be up and going here in the next couple of weeks. So
other than Wyatt's Pops.
Yeah, this one that I think they kind of steer for the majority of people.
Yeah.
I think they kind of steer to try and stay in what normal levels are.
Oh, that's right.
Whereas this is just going to be, they're going to bypass what they're not scared to buck the system, I guess.
Oh, nice.
So it's gonna be more like the clinics that are like in Denver or that are probably there in California, where it's you're there for a specific reason and they're gonna help you to feel better.
Oh, I got you.
All right, what does Keenan got here? Keenan pulls trucks.
Yeah, he does.
Keenan needs his levels high.
Sugar levels.
If you want your levels high, then tell them you want them high, and they'll make sure that they prescribe you enough to get your levels up. That's how it's going to work. So anyway, so that's kind of cool. They'll be coming down the pipes here in the Grand Junction, Colorado area. Let's run through this real quick. And for anyone who's looking for supportive gear for lifting, let's go to generalleathercraft.com, shall we? At generalleathercraft.com, you can find the coolest belts on the planet.
Hands down.
Customizable even. Non-customizable. Super basic to super intricate. You're pretty much that's right. You're pretty much only limited by your own imagination when it comes to Pioneer lifting belts.
People get real snazzy with them nowadays. There's all kinds of stuff.
They do. When I had mine made, I had no idea what the possibilities were. I was happy with the outcome of mine, but
it's nice. I like it.
Now I'm thinking, man, what if I did a snakeskin / sequin / metal look?
Ooh, or just like sparkles and snakeskin.
Sparkly snakeskin. That would be pretty sweet. That could be an option.
The sky's the limit. Do whatever you want.
That's right. If you dream it, they will build it.
Yeah.
And then they will come.
I was on the website the other day and I was just creating different ones, and I'm like, which one do I want?
Yeah. I'll take one of these and part of this.
Like I need the next one has to, like, I think I'm gonna throw, like, for the lever you can throw embroidering on it. I think I'm gonna throw the Lifting Ugly logo on that, and then I don't know,
like have this, like stamp it into the steel. Is that what they do?
Yeah.
That would be pretty sweet.
And then
or even just like the face.
Oh yeah.
That'd be pretty tight. That would be cool. I didn't even know that was an option.
Yeah.
I'll have to order me a new lever.
I just want different colors. Like I want some more like blue and gray, not black and red. I want to switch it up.
Something, just change the game a little bit. Keenan, I actually have a plan for part of this podcast. It will not cover politics necessarily, but it will coincide somewhat. So be patient, my friend. Be patient.
Don't worry, Craig will get inside you in no time.
That's right. We will enter all that is Keenan and Keenan's high imagination. But while you're waiting, Keenan, you can also go to maxbarbell.com and check them out and see what they have to offer. They got some cool stuff there as well.
Yeah,
another place you can go to our website. That's a pretty cool place to go look for stuff.
We got cool shirts, shorts, and all kinds of knickknacks.
Yep, we do have some knickknacks. We each have a knickknack behind us.
We do.
That is available at said website. Knickknacks. Make sure to hit us up at liftingugly.com. You can also pay for online coaching or even in-person coaching if you happen to live in the areas where we are at. You can make one-time donations, which will go to help us be better athletic supporters of you all in what you do.
It's going to the lifters. It's going to a good place.
It is. I just ordered shirts for. Oh, knock it off with the new shirt designs. They'll come when they come. Just like.
Shut up, Keenan.
We have ideas in the works. So, I have the shirts ordered for South Dakota, They will be done in time and here. So I did take Keenan's idea.
Oh.
Because he said, oh, you should do the Dungeons and Deadlifts one. You'd be surprised. And I'm like, you're probably right. So a shirt we have coming that is not available on the website is we will have the Dungeons and Deadlifts in the tank top.
Wow.
That will be for sale. Wow. Along with the Deadlifter shirt and the All Natty Light. So all three of those, I'll have those three plus some hats that we'll be taking with us to South Dakota. So we'll have those in time and ready to go.
Love that. That'll be fun.
Yeah. Good time, Charlie. Singlets should be done by the middle of next week.
I'm excited about.
This upcoming week. I should have the first batch done. And then I should have the other ones that will fit me, you, and your brother. Should be done within like a week or so after that.
Oh, okay, cool. If anything, just ship me Kainoa's singlet because I'll just take it with me back home because I'm helping him with his meat. And I'll spray it to him. Yeah.
Yeah, he might. I think he's going to be getting one of the Elite FTS singlets with the print, with the lifting like that. So
cool.
Just because I think he's in a large.
Yeah,
I believe. I'm gonna have to double check the size. If he's in a large, he'll get an Elite FTS. If not, I'll have to grab him an XL from our friends at maxbarbell.com.
Just a quickie.
See how that works? Just a quickie. Just a quick run back through. Yeah. So I didn't really post anything for Lifting Ugly's Face of the Week because I only got one person that submitted a face. Oh. So by default, our winner is none other than, let's see, I put your friend at the Ox73. Ta-da! Mr. the half white, half Filipino face himself.
Yeah, dude, that squat was so awesome. Like so gets under the bar, wedges himself. We adjust him, make sure he's center. Walks out, squats it, and like as he's coming up, I want to poke my head aside to see what I can see, and he racks it. All the other guys are like, "Oh, that was a great squat." I looked at him, I was like, "That looked like shit." He was like, "What?" I was like, "Look at your face in the video. The squat itself was fantastic. You did great, but look at your face. It's fucking terrible." But I can't be talking shit because apparently when I deadlift, I have a miniature stroke every time because my left eye just bloats and goes in a different direction.
Stop
making fun of me.
So congratulations, Anthony. You won against nobody. Good job. You beat everyone and you beat everyone and no one at the same time.
Mm-hmm. Well, I made an announcement to a bunch of the people at the spot that we have that the Lifting Ugly thing is based off of the Lifting Faces. So I should be getting more and more submissions, and I'm gonna see if I can start getting more bench faces.
Yeah, the bench. I know. Bench faces would be good. I know they're tough to get. I mean, because it's really hard, especially if you lift by yourself. It's hard to get something that'll kind of hit that angle.
Well, we have tripods that we can set up to make it so.
Yeah, a good old resting bench face. I think would be a good idea to throw in there from time to time.
Oh, resting bench face would also be a great shirt.
Resting bench face. Yeah, we'd have to work on kind of how that one would. What would that entail exactly?
I see.
Or just words. Just add the words. Sometimes all it needs is just a few words to describe and to get the point across.
Yeah.
So,
or make some sweet and meaty shirts.
Sweet and meaty.
Shouts out to Christina.
Whatever happened to? I haven't seen her come across here in quite a few minutes.
I can't remember the last time I talked to her. So,
sweet and meaty herself, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Just disappeared off the face of the planet.
Yeah.
Her loss.
Her loss.
Her loss. Damn it. Her loss.
Mm-hmm.
So this was a weird week.
Okay.
And so this is kind of why I like, so like if you see like, I don't know what your screen looks like. Can you see like where it says episode 31 Lifting Ugly Pod? I just put Y. Okay, so obviously and this is where it comes back to where Keenan was talking about the state of politics. I'm not going to talk about the state of politics. I'm not really going to talk about the school shooting or anything like that, just because that's not really what we do.
No.
But it does kind of play in. Yeah, it'll play into where I'm going with this.
Mm-hmm.
So this week, anyone who saw, I posted stuff that had to do with my daughters. So the 26th, which was Thursday, was the day that one of them had passed away, which it's sad, but whatever. It is what it is. At this point, it's what it is. I deal with it. I like to celebrate my daughters and who they are more so, and so that's what that post was about. Yeah. And so I was okay with it this week, and then I found the next day, which was yesterday, I guess.
Yeah.
I found out. So if anyone remembers our podcast or was listening to our podcast, is listening now, back in like January, February, I was doing the contract oil field work.
Yeah.
And I was working with Joe, but one of the guys that I would report to and that was kind of managing the area around here, his name was Juan, and Juan was a great guy. I talked to him quite a bit. He lifted and, he was into that kind of stuff. So I found out that he was in a pipeline explosion on Wednesday.
Dear God.
And he ended up passing away on Thursday.
Jesus Christ.
And so, this is somebody that I just talked to probably a month ago, sat around, talked with for like an hour and a half in his 30s. So anyway, got me thinking a lot about basically, like it says on the title, like why. So what's not, I'm not going to get as deep into why are we here? What's the purpose of life? Not like that, but why is it that we do the things that we do? What is the purpose behind it? So my question would be to you is why, well, I guess we'll start with how much time do you think you spend in the gym every week?
Okay. Does that include, so just my training or?
Yeah, just your training, just for yourself.
So my compound days, so Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, I'll say 2.5 hours each time.
Okay.
So what?
10 hours?
10 hours a week.
Okay.
And then, so that's just my compound days. Then I'll go in on Wednesdays and Saturdays for my torso work. And that's like another hour. So probably 12 hours a week, just my training.
Okay. And so I would say, and kind of as I was thinking about it, most people are generally probably putting in that 8 to 12 hour range that they're spending in the gym. Probably more people around the 8 to 10 range. And I know the answer for you. So during these times that you're spending all this time, 12 hours is a lot of time out of the week that you could spend doing other things if you wanted to do those other things. Do you enjoy those 12 hours that you spend in the gym?
Those are the most important hours that I have during my week.
Because that sets the tone for everything else that you do.
Those 12 hours are to me the most important. Those are my most fun. That's my social hour. That's my growth hour. That's my, it's, what it's like to miss a training day.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking sucks. Super sucks. Especially if you have a crappy day and you can't go and train and work through your shit. Even worse. So yeah, that 12 hours a week over work, over my clients, over fucking anything. I don't care what it is. That 12 hours is the most important time that I have.
Right. Even a bad training day is better than no training day. at all.
100%. Yeah, because you still went in, you shipped in what you needed to do, and you went home.
Right. And so have you, because I've come across these people, I'm sure you have too. The people that come to the gym an hour a day, 5 days a week or so, really don't enjoy the process of being at the gym.
No.
But do it because of what? They want a healthier life or something like that?
Or for some social stigma because they need to look like this or they have to do this or blah, blah, blah. From what I've noticed, it's always some extrinsic factor or something that's coming from the outside. Like, and you can tell because those are the people that are flash fry. You know, they're in and out. They're the, I hate saying it, but they're the, like the New Year's resolutioner people. They're in there for a month or two, overblow themselves or just don't go enough or this and that. Always have some excuse. So you can always tell when the people are there for outside reasons and not because they want to do that for themselves. So I mean, you can always tell between someone that's going to work out or someone that's going to train. People that go to train, like all of us, the Jordans, the Keenans, the Wyatts, the people that do this because it's the most important thing they have and it's for their own self-growth. And those are the people that are going to be around for a bit,
Right. So we have, we don't run into it a ton here at our gym, obviously. So we're not geared that way. But I know when I was at what was Gold's and is now Mesa, a lot of people, they just go and they do an hour of cardio a day, or they do 45 minutes of cardio and then they go do some random lifting. And you're like, you talk to them and they're like, oh yeah, I just need to do this because I'm trying to stay healthy. I'm trying to do this. They don't really like being there. They don't really like doing it.
Uh-huh.
And then my point that so what got me thinking about it is then why are you doing it? Like, why would you spend 5 to 7 to 8 hours of your week doing something you don't enjoy doing?
Yeah.
Because you want to look good? Because in the end, we're all going to end up in the same place.
Yeah. So,
just
earlier than others.
Right. It all ends the same. So I guess my point of the why is if you're going to do something, have a purpose behind it.
Yeah.
If you're going to go to the gym, enjoy your time there, enjoy the process that you're going through, because if you're miserable doing it, you're wasting your time that you could be doing something that you actually enjoy. Go do something you enjoy. Because that's your free time. We all go to work, and it's bad enough, and that's a whole nother thing. How many people go to work, hate their life at work, spend 8 to 12 hours a day doing something they absolutely hate because it's what they're supposed to do.
Yeah.
And then I know it sounds morbid and cynical, but you walk outside, you get hit by a bus, you run your car into a tree, whatever the case is. And then, so what was all that work? What did you accomplish?
Not a fucking thing.
So, and so I was just thinking all day yesterday. I wasn't like twisted up about anything, but I just took a step back from like my own life and was like, am I enjoying the process of what I'm doing now?
Yeah.
So, I'm up at anywhere from 3:30 in the morning to 5 in the morning to start my day.
Yep.
And I get home between 7 and 8 at night and wind down and wrap everything up and I'm training clients, I'm training myself, or I'm working my job in between there. That's a lot of time spent every day. So 14, 15, 16 hours a day.
Yeah.
I'm doing shit.
Well, where I'm at right now, like there's the fulfilling part and the paycheck part.
Right.
Obviously the fulfilling is getting to do the podcast, getting my training in, training my clients or my online lifters or the people that I have in person that are, competing. Mm-hmm. That's the fun shit. That's the stuff that makes me happy. I'm not making a shit ton of money off of it, but I'm working at it. And then you got the paycheck side, which is, that fucking bullshit job that I have to do from 6 at night to 2 in the fucking morning that I honestly don't enjoy at all. Quite frankly, I'm so tired of it. And I guess I have this mindset right now, knowing that working there is not going to be permanent, but I need to get through it just so I can have a fucking paycheck, so I can pay rent and I can pay for my groceries and all that kinds of shit. So I try to I kind of go into autopilot when I go into work. Like I do the same thing every weekend. It's monotonous. It's the same shit. Like we never really deal with too much adversity. Like it's just people slap dicking around or being drunk. So I kind of can just throw myself into autopilot, and then I get to save all my energy and all my focus and all that good shit for the fulfilling aspect, you know? So I'm constantly kind of riding that line between, am I happy enough? Am I making enough money? Am I happy enough? Am I making enough money? So I'm really hoping that, you know, this job with my stepdad works, because if I can work remotely, that means I can bring my laptop with me wherever, and I can just camp at the gym all day, or I can like get my work done there, or this and that. So I can be in an environment that I want to go to, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I guess going back to the people that are I don't get it. Like you're just going to work out to stay healthy, which I get. Like if you're trying to stay healthier, or if you got a little goal inside that you want to fix, like I get that. But you're never going to have that same mindset as if training did something for you that really turned your life around, or gave you perspective, or taught you how to be yourself, or this and that. So I'll say it once, or I'll say it 1,000 more times, but like there's a clear difference between people that just go to work out and then people that go to train. You know, mm-hmm. People that come to train always have something. They always have a competition. They always have get on stage or fucking move the heaviest stone or whatever. So you can always tell, like the second you meet somebody, whether they're going to train or whether they're going to work out. And thankfully, like the play, you know, Monument is a fantastic place to be around people that are motivating and want to push you forward. The new place that I'm at is also another fantastic place, because everyone there is either is a veteran, a competitor, or an OG lifter that's been doing it for a long time. So you got the best people around you always that are pushing you in the right direction. I guess that'd be another clear distinction between training and working out is, are your fucking training partners worth the shit? You know, are they making your training worth it? Are they pushing you in the right direction? Are they questioning you on why you're looking like this while you're lifting, or this and that? People that just make you critically think while you're lifting. And it's very important. So thankfully, I'm now getting more and more people in my corner that are trying to push me in the right direction. You know, I always have you guys, but having those little new people that I'm getting to meet now, it's fantastic. You know, we're adding whole new aspects to my training that are going to be, you know, we'll see what happens in November, but I got a good feeling that we're going to get pretty goddamn close to 2,000, which is pretty fucking exciting. So hopefully with the people that I have now and all of you guys, that things are just going to kind of roll in that direction.
So for anyone who listens or pays attention to this ever down the road, probably, you know, the easiest way. So if you're, because I've been in this situation before where I've thought to myself, what am I doing this for? Why am I spending the time in the gym? And it's one of those passing phases where I just kind of question, why am I doing what I'm doing? Yeah. And I think ultimately, if you're in the gym putting the effort in because you're trying to, it's not only it's for a physical, mental, and emotional change. Yeah. Then you're there to train. Yep. You're training everything. You're training your mind, your body, your soul. You're training it all. Mm-hmm. If you're just there because you want to look good when you go out, or because you want to live longer, but you hate every aspect of it, then you're working out. And, you know, I hate to tell you this, it may not help. So if it's not helping your overall livelihood in the moment that you're in, if it's not helping you get through the day, if it's not helping you get through the week, then reevaluate what you're doing and why you're doing it.
Well, like we brought up before, it doesn't have to be lifting. It can be fucking riding a goddamn bike. It could be going for a swim. It could be whatever. Like, When your day is
Go
done,
play-
you need somebody to go do something. Fuck.
Go
Like, it doesn't have to-
go play sports ball somewhere. Somehow.
Yeah, go huck it a football and make some touchdowns, brother.
Yeah. Score some goals in the whatever net you're throwing or kicking things in, you know.
Exactly.
Find something you enjoy doing it and do that. You don't have to be at a gym if you don't enjoy being at a gym.
No.
Because and honestly, you'll bum everyone out if that's the case.
Oh, totally. Like when someone's having a shitty day and they bring it into the fucking gym, like I get it. We all have crappy days. We all have shit that bothers the hell out of us, but leave that shit at the fucking door or use it to push you through that lift. Because
Right.
I don't know how many times I've fucking done that where I've walked in a little pissed off or completely fucking stressed out, but I don't take it on anyone. I don't make it anyone else's fucking problem. I take it out of the bar and I make sure that movement is 100 fucking %. Honestly, those are some of the best days of training, hands down. Even if you're by yourself, there's nothing like that. Someone doing something to you that's fucking terrible, and then getting to use that, you know.
Just this. If you're gonna go to the gym, whatever you're gonna do, whatever you decide to do with your life in general, and we have talked about it before. Have something that makes you feel good.
Yeah.
And that's just basically what it comes down to. If you spend your entire life doing things that make you miserable, you're not living a life. You're existing. And if all you're going to do is exist, then you're wasting your time.
Totally.
Just,
100%.
Obviously, as I know, and we all find out, and as we go through our own lives, you don't always have time to, well, I'm going to do this now so that I can have this going on later.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you don't know that there's going to be a later. So,
yeah.
so you know, I get it, you know, because I'm doing it now. Amber's doing it now with our whole situation. We're busy as can be from the time we get up to the time we go to bed.
Mm-hmm.
But we're doing that because, you know, the payoff in the end is gonna change.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, there might not be an end, is what I'm saying. You know, something might happen in between now and then, but we're also enjoying. We also have things we enjoy in the meantime.
Mm-hmm.
So that way, what we're doing now is not. I don't feel as a waste of time.
Yeah,
like, I don't look back, and as I was contemplating everything yesterday, you know, life in its deepest meanings. You know, I can honestly say I don't feel like I do waste time, but overall, I do take the time that I need to enjoy myself.
Yeah.
You know, I overall am happy with where things are and my life in general. And if you can't say that, if you can't honestly take it, you know, self-evaluate yourself and say that, find something.
Mm-hmm.
Find what it is that works for you.
I mean, also, like, don't get it twisted, though. Like, most of us are very privileged, so don't let little stupid things hinder you from going and doing something or feeling like you need to whine about fucking everything, because all of us are fucking spoiled. Before you decide to start whining about shit or really being like, I fucking hate my life, really take a step back. Like, do you have a house over your head? Do you get to eat 2 to 3 times a day? Do you get to have your family around? Do you know, just all the little things. Like, moving out here has definitely had me realize that people's gauges for adversity or anything like that are just so fucking low. It's the amount of whiny fucking people that I have to deal with every single night because their parents didn't tell them no or this and that is just absolutely absurd. Like, people are making the most huge deal about because we won't let them into the bar or this and that. Like, it's just like, I had some chick 3 weeks ago screaming at me that I was fucking racist because we didn't want to let her into the bar, but she was just too hammered. And she talking about how she was feeling targeted, this and that. It's like, okay, this black chick sounds like she's from the middle of fucking, clearly she just graduated from San Diego State or some shit. Like, you have wealthy parents, you're a college educated person, you're clearly wealthy because I saw your purse, I saw your outfit, all this kinds of shit, and you want to have a full blown fucking meltdown because we don't want the bar because you are too drunk. It's just like that. People are, I don't know, people out here just, you can tell who has never faced adversity before, and it really shows in people's character. So before you decide to whine about something, really take a step back and is it really that fucking bad?
Well, look, and the thing is, you have to look outside of your own self, and it's not. And don't get me wrong, it's not always easy. It's a very humbling experience, but the self-evaluation will teach you a lot. And I know this goes beyond lifting, and you're like, well, this is not what you guys normally are like. But hey, sometimes life dictates the direction that I go in the direction I think, and it's just one of those things. It's like you need those humbling experiences. Those are things that will keep you from whining about shit like that, or complaining that somebody's being racist because they're telling you something you don't want to hear. Who cares? Move on.
Christ. I guess my biggest thing is find yourself a hobby or find yourself something that's healthy that'll teach you something about yourself.
Yeah.
Like there's no other thing on this planet that has taught me more about myself than grabbing a gnarly knurling bar and getting my shit kicked in for 3 hours because I fucking like it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like find yourself something that's going to teach. Like I've more than my parents, more than my family, more than my friends. This has taught me more about myself than anything else. And this is why it's the most important thing that I have. Because every time I go in, I get to prove myself wrong in an aspect of like, I'll have those days where mentally you're like, oh, you can't do this. You can't do this. You're not capable of doing this. And you go and you fucking slam shit off the board, or you throw it through the ceiling, or you squat faster than like someone could have taken it from you. But find yourself something that's going to teach you something about your emotional, your mental, and your physical. That could be riding a goddamn bike. That could be climbing. That could be lifting. That could be swimming. It could be, I don't care. Find something that's going to push you in the right direction so you can learn something about yourself from those three aspects.
Yep. Exactly. Exactly. It'll, I mean, I don't know. It sets you up to be ultimately a more decent person in society.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can understand yourself, then it's easier to understand other people and where other people may be coming from.
I mean, yeah, like this sport has definitely helped me mellow the fuck out too. You know, like when I was early 20s, I was a whole entirely different person than I am now. It took me a couple of years to figure that the fuck out, and this is thankfully something that has become my identity, and I can identify with it, and it makes me super happy, and it's something that I would like to be doing until I cave under a ball, snaps my spine, and I die. It's kind of how I want to go out.
Yeah. Right. That's I mean, that's all it is. Just be happy, be productive, and do your best to leave your mark so that when you are gone, you're not forgotten. Leave some kind of legacy behind you,
or something that at least you were proud of.
Right.
Even if it doesn't get recognition from anybody, do something where, like, if you, it's your time. Like, at least you can be like, all right, cool, I got what I needed to get done.
Right. And as promised, I did come up with something for this week. Do you remember what we talked about? What we were going to do this week?
Was it the verses?
The white lights, red lights.
Yeah.
Fighting foods.
It was the verses, right? Yeah.
Right. So I have a fighting foods list.
Okay.
So we're a little over an hour, so we're just gonna, for anyone who doesn't know what white lights, red lights mean, we'll just kind of cruise through this real quick. When you're in a powerlifting platform, if you get 3 white lights, it's a perfect score. 3 red lights is a perfectly bad score, which means you didn't do it. 2 whites is good enough. 2 white lights is good enough. 2 red lights is bad enough. So that's the gauge of all this.
Quick one.
So we're going through food fights, basically.
Mm.
All right. So first one would be a chicken versus a turkey.
Are we thinking like a female
Let's,
chicken or like a cock?
Let's make this a little more fair, and we'll go a cock versus a tom.
Oh, Tom all day.
Tom over cock.
Tom over cock. Yeah, 100%.
It happens. Okay, here's one. The next one would be cow versus buffalo.
Oh, dude, buffalo would blow a cow to bits.
What if we did a bull versus buffalo?
Oh, like it's this Longhorn.
Yeah.
So, I guess for the Longhorn, it would all be timing. Trying to swing those horns at the right time. I'm still gonna give it to. I'm gonna go buffalo.
Okay. Then that will take us to our next one.
Mm-hmm.
So a buffalo versus an elk.
Buffalo.
Buffalo over elk?
Yep.
Okay, and then we're gonna backtrack. This one's gonna be tough.
Okay.
This one, there's a lot of a lot of variables, I guess you could say.
Okay.
Chicken versus a fish.
What kind of fish? And
I don't know.
What environment are we in? Are we
Yeah,
on
that's
land
what I'm
or are
telling
we
you.
in water?
That's what I told you. There's a lot of variables that come into place here. So let's say it's a shallow pond. Do you think a fish could take a chicken on?
It's like I've seen sharks like fly up into low tide and grab something and come back. So like I'm
like snatching a bird out of the air.
Yeah, but when you say pond, I'm thinking just like a little tiny fish. Like a little fish,
See, that's a good point. A piranha would devour a chicken.
It would.
And plus there wouldn't just be one piranha.
It'd be a gaggle of piranhas.
You
know what? If we're going piranhas, like I'm gonna have to fucking say fish. Like,
but if we're going like with animals that we eat, when have you ever eaten a piranha or ever seen a piranha to eat?
Nah, I don't think I ever will. And I'm cool with that.
So what if we go catfish versus chicken?
Oh, but catfish gets so big.
They do get very big.
Are we thinking just a regular catfish or like like the giant catfish, like the ones that are terrifying?
Not like the noodling catfish, but like an average bottom of the river catfish.
I'll give it to the catfish.
Catfish over chicken.
Yeah.
So basically, the chicken is the biggest bitch in the food world. is what we're saying here.
Which is shitty because it's relative to the T-Rex, which was not a bitch animal.
No, but it's definitely a bitch bird because the fucking bird. Chicken that can't hang with anybody. So is there any food animal food that a chicken could compete with? Or is it just kind of bottom? But
I'm thinking like insects.
Yeah, but the majority of people aren't eating those.
No, I'm saying that's what I'm saying. Like regular food.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe a smaller chicken.
A smaller chicken. A quail, maybe.
Yeah, quail. Like fancy bird game. Yeah.
All right, so it's unanimous. Chicken's a bitch.
Chicken's a bitch.
Chicken's a bitch. Buffaloes are king.
Buffaloes are king.
Buffaloes are king food.
Oh, I got one for you.
Okay.
Moose or buffalo?
I'd go with moose. I don't know that you can eat a moose, but I would say a moose would win over a buffalo.
Okay. Moose or bear?
Oh shit. Moose.
And I'm thinking like full grown bull moose and like a grizzly bear.
You got a bear. He's a bear.
Bear.
I would assume the bear because the bear has more. The bear's got weapons that he can wield better than a moose. Just has its size and then the giant antlers.
But if it's running full blown at the
bear can move though, and it's
True.
got.
But the moose are like
it's got claws and shit that it can like just swipe, and a moose has to like get its head and dip and.
Yeah, I'm just thinking like if I caught like a moose hoof to the chest, I know my entire chest cavity would turn to powder.
Yeah, I mean,
because I've seen like they total cars.
Well, yeah, I don't know.
So you're gonna say
bear? I would give an edge to the bear.
Okay,
I would give
fair.
an edge to the bear.
I respect that answer, but I think I'm gonna. My gut feeling is saying moose.
You're leaning towards the moose side of things, huh?
The moose side of things, yeah.
Okay, I can see that. That is that's a good battle. And on top of that,
brother.
On top of that, both of those animals are neither one that I would want to eat. So there's that as well.
I don't know. Moose might be delicious. Who knows?
It could be, but I think you'd get in a lot of trouble if you tried to kill and eat a moose.
I also don't want to deal with dragging that shit. That sounds like a fucking nightmare.
And bear meat is terrible, from what I hear. It's greasy and gristly, and yeah, super gamey. So, all right, I mean, this would be an easy one. And same family, a pig versus a boar.
Oh, boar all day.
Yeah, that's easy.
Boar all day. Those things are evil.
Yeah, and you want to know what both of those beat? A chicken.
Ooh, yeah. Fucking chickens.
Goddamn chickens. Now I'm just gonna go eat chicken and just be sitting there like, you fucking bitch.
Like, I had a hankering for some tendies right now.
Like, this is what you get, little bitch chicken.
Yeah,
nothing but a little bitch bird. Just eat you little bitch bird.
Bitch chicken.
All right. Well, that was all right. Well, that was a fun little alternative.
Yeah.
It's fighting animals.
Had a blast.
We're just gonna cage some random animals together and see who wins.
See what happens. Cool. Well, count me out for the moose, bear, and buffalo.
Moose, bear. What about moose and squirrel?
Oh shit! What about a pack of squirrels?
A pack of rabid squirrels versus a moose.
Yeah.
It's gonna be our Rocky and Bullwinkle match.
Oh my god! Holy throwback!
All right. Well, that was a good time, ladies and gentlemen. We appreciate any and all who have come to join us on this fine Saturday afternoon for episode 31 of the Lifting Ugly podcast. We will be back next weekend, episode 32. We will have all new shenanigans to get into and stupid things to discuss, and possibly a gem or two will be dropped. Who knows?
Oh, shite. That'll be
time. Time will tell if we have anything worthwhile to say or not. Yes.
I'll see if I can get any of our lifters at the gym to come check us out, because we got some hammers in there. So I'll see if we can get some guests on.
Oh yeah, that'd be dope. Oh, there was one thing I didn't want to run real quick. You've probably seen it. Do you know Danny Brown has a podcast now?
Yeah.
Have you listened to it?
I've seen the snippets on his Instagram.
It's pretty good. So the guy, anyone who's listening, first you'd have to go listen to some Danny Brown songs. So go yeah, Spotify search some Danny Brown, just so you get an idea of who he is. But man, I mean, he's got some of the funniest segments. He's got one called "White People Shit," and he has this thing. So like when his brain shuts off from all of the drug use, so he'll just be talking and then he'll just stop, and then he'll be like, "Spin the wheel," and then they just have a random wheel.
That's from all the
But it's Tom Segura gave him the chance. It's on Tom Segura's podcast network.
Gotta love it.
So it's pretty funny. They're quick hours and pretty entertaining shit to listen to him. Just even if what he says isn't funny, when he laughs, it makes you laugh.
Oh, totally.
Just because
I wish he didn't fix his teeth though. That's the one thing.
Yeah, he does talk about his teeth at one point real quick about how his teeth were really fucked up for a long time. And he's got a lot of stories. I don't know how he remembers them all with all the shit he's done in his life, but it's pretty entertaining. So if you're ever on a drive, just throw on the Danny Brown podcast when you aren't listening to the Lifting Ugly podcast, of course.
Naturally,
if this is your first time listening, you have 30 other episodes you need to catch up on. So you better fucking get to work because time is ticking.
All
right. Okay.
All right.
It's been a pleasure.
Gregory, good to see you.
We'll see you next week. Have
Sounds
yourself
good.
a fine day. And adios to you all out there listening.
Peace.
Ta-ta.
Bye.
Oh, no. Slide that belly to the I pay my dues, refuse to lose, so fuck the blues. Ain't your bad news, you can trip if you choose. While I sip booze on a 7-day cruise in Louis Vuitton shoes with floozies by the dudes. The good life, talking about the good life. Live it up for a little while, then go to the hood to get a good wife and settle down. But for now, I'm studying down, refuse to allow myself to live foul like when I was sniffing pals. Still got trials and tribulations. Refinement from cultivation takes patience. I'm waiting, paper chasing to get a place like Peyton. Politic and interfacing, business relations. Built the empire.